There, do you feel stuck in your job? Like every day is no fun at all? You don't look forward to going to work. You just feel trapped? Well, let's figure out what you can do to make that feeling change to one of joy and anticipation and excitement rather than dread. Are you ready? Let's go. One of the things I remember that my mom always told me was make sure you enjoy your job or your work because you're going to be doing it for a long time. And she wasn't kidding. So I want you to enjoy your work and to feel good about what you're doing. And that's what this episode is all about. So let's get started with how you can turn that frown upside down and enjoy your work. All right, let's figure out why you feel trapped in your job and what options do you have to improve that feeling. So you're in a job that you feel trapped, and there's one of three reasons you probably feel that way. One, you don't make enough money. You're leaving coins on the table. That's number one. Number two, you're just miserable. Not happy, but miserable. We don't want that. You want to be happy in your job. So we don't want misery. Or number three, potentially, you feel like a round peg in a square hole, so you're not aligned. There's no alignment in your what you like to do in your job. I spent 34 years in higher education and I really enjoyed that, but I had side hustles along the way, right? So I was a loss prevention agent for a while, I was a paramedic firefighter for a while, and now that I have my own business and all that is behind me, I loved all that different work, but now that that's behind me and I'm running my own business, that's a whole new sense of freedom. And so let's look at how you can enjoy your current job a little bit more and then maybe add a side hustle or something later. All right. So, again, is it money? Is it just misery? Or do you just feel misaligned? So, let's look at these three areas and what you can do to take action to improve these. All right. If you're not making as much money as you want, have you asked for more? You always need to ask, always need to try at least once to ask for more money. But you can do it in a way that kind of reframes the question. So you can go to your supervisor and you can say, hey, what would it take for me to do? Like, what kind of behavior performance goals do you need me to reach in order to get to this level of pay? That way, they're actually giving you a pathway to more money. So maybe that is you need to uh, change your focus. Maybe it means you need to add skills. If you need to add skills, find out which ones are priority for that company and see if they'll pay for them. And if they will not, then go find a way to attain those skills so that you can increase the money that they're paying you. If they give you no pathways to do that, then perhaps it's time to look around for another position, even if it's a similar position, as long as you can find a company that is willing to pay you to get more skills and then give you more money. Or if they have merit pay, or if you reach your outcomes or goals, that's a system that you want to be in because that turns the control back to you. All right, then let's go to sad face. Maybe you're just miserable in this job. Why are you miserable in this job? Is it a toxic environment? Do you have people you work with that you just cannot tolerate? Do you have a supervisor that is treating you poorly? If that's the case, you should always try HR or talk to your supervisor. Again, in a way that you are looking for a shared result so that everyone feels better working in this team or at this company. Maybe you just don't like their values or their systems. Well, then again, it's probably time to look for another position that is more aligned with your value system. We'll talk about that in a second. Maybe you just have a long commute. Is there a way you can work for a closer branch of this business? Is there a way you can ride share so that half the time you can relax or maybe do some work while the other person drives? Is there a different pathway you can take to either shorten or eliminate that commute? Can you ask for some remote days? All of those are conversations you should try to have so that you can improve that piece of your work. Again, this may not be possible, and it may be worth applying to a similar job that is closer so that you don't have that commute. You might even be able to do it with a bit of a pay cut because you won't have the expense of the commute while you look for the better position that you're interested in. Alignment. You definitely want to be aligned. You want to be aligned with the company. You want to be aligned at the team level. And you want to have a shared value system with that company. If you do not have those things, then you are always going to feel like an outlier or like you don't belong. And maybe it's just the position you're in. So, can you go talk to your supervisor and figure out a position you better align with that you feel more comfortable doing? Again, are there skills you can add? Skills are always great to add. You're never too old to add skills, and there are a lot of ways to add skills nowadays that don't cost a lot of money. So, can you add some skills that will allow you to move and do a different job within the same company? Definitely worth exploring. Values. I don't know if you're going to be able to get them to change their values to match more your values. Probably again, time to see if there's another similar position in a company that has shared values, as well as team values. If you're in a team that's toxic and not getting along, that is always a problem. So you want to look for that job alignment. There are tests out there that you can take to figure out if what you're doing now aligns with the job that you want to do. I'll leave a link in the description below, but the WSP is a test that you can take that finds out what your work preferences are and then what your job currently is asking you to do. And you can see how out of line you are. If you find out you're out of alignment, then this is probably why you're not feeling good about your job and you're feeling trapped and you want to change that. So definitely look into the WSP. And that test is great because it's asking you your preferences and what your job requires you to do now. It's not the same as some of the behavior tests you may have taken. So again, link in the description below. It's worth checking out if you're aligned with your job and your position. All right, so what of these things are in your control that you can change? It's all about control. Don't spend a lot of energy trying to change the company or everyone in it. You can impact that with your actions, but look for these things we talked about that are in your control. All right. All right, so you do that, and maybe you try a couple of these things. If that still is leaving you feeling not so good about your occupation, your job, your work, then it's time to think about potentially working twice as hard, which is doing your 9 to 5 and then adding a side hustle to that. Will that be easy? No, it won't. But you can spend those extra time, an hour a day, 2 hours a day. You'd be surprised either learning new skills so that you can shift to a position that better fits who you are and what you prefer, or you can use those couple hours a day and extra time on the weekend to start a new business or a side hustle. That will get you more money. It may let you explore some new and different types of activities that you like to do so that you can shift into a different position. And we have a 4-part series on your journey to financial freedom that we've posted on this channel that you can check out and see if there's something you can do on the side which will bring you more money, bring you more joy, and eventually move you out of that 9 to 5 trap that you feel like you're in right now. I hope this helps. Put some comments and let me know if there's other things you want to learn to help you escape a job that you're not feeling too great about, or how to start your side hustle or small business. I'm Janet with Future Ready Consulting. We're here to support you to your journey to financial freedom and beyond. Subscribe, and always remember, without impact, it doesn't matter. Take care.